ladies and gentlemen, this is Breaker, and it looks like, by the way, I do apologize that my client is in Chinese, but it looks like we are going to have a game between two Platinum Protosses, one in the lower left-hand corner, spawning as the Protoss in our red trunks. His name is DTD. And in the upper left, spawning as our Protoss in the blue trunks, I give you guys NaHo. Now, I will go ahead and say that my casting is going to be just a teeny bit clunky because I just woke up, I don't know, a few minutes ago and I was looking for something productive to do. But once again, the map we are on is WhirlWind LE. I think we're going to see a relatively long game, say above 15 minutes, simply due to the fact that, you know, this map, it's kind of reminiscent of, I've said this many times, Doomed Valley. The Natural, the Third are relatively close together, and it makes Protoss easier to expo versus Protoss. But here we go, the probe going into NaHo's main, and I don't think he's going to see anything relatively deviant, per se. But of course, this is a game between two Platinum level players, and I'm probably going to be seeing something that I think is a little unorthodox, like, say, I don't know, maybe some slight mechanical flaws. I mean, basically Dustin Browder himself said that Platinum to excuse me, not Platinum, but Bronze to Diamond League is all about mechanics, and I think he's right, because you know, I've been in Diamond League for close to a year and I still haven't made it into Masters, but yeah. I couldn't help but spot this on the minimap. DTD is actually throwing down a proxy probe, or just leaving it there. Yet again, something rather unorthodox, but not too worthy of complaint just yet. He's gonna have to send it back in eventually to scout his opponent and figure out just what kind of an expo he's gonna be going for, or if he's just going for a 4-gate all-in opener. Second gateway coming from DTD. Well, as long as we got time to fill in. And I just got the feeling that this game is going to last for a while. Well, let me go and find something to talk about. I mean, Diamond to Masters League, for example. There's a huge discrepancy between that. I remember reading somewhere that on TeamLiquid.net there are there's a multitude more Diamond League players than there are Masters League players. It takes tons of refinement to your strategies, your skills, your mechanics, and so on and so forth to actually go through and beat an opponent. You'd more than likely get there making your own builds, of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but this is interesting. It looks like DTD canceled his second gas. I'm not sure what that's all about, really. But, technically speaking, oh, wait a minute. DTD's pylon and probe have both been scouted. I'm a little curious, why did you go and do that? Come on. That's not cool. Anywho. Here might have been a better location, but that's just my thoughts. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be having a 4-gate Protoss going up against a 2-gate double-ish gas Protoss. And, this is all going to come down to whether or not DTD actually gets that forward pylon as it's going down. He does have the superior stalker count for now. But wait a minute, where's the probe that's going with NaHo? And, this is actually not going to work in favor of NaHo. He actually he responded too late to saving his stalker there. And the stalkers here are just going to chase down that zealot. I mean, they outrun, and, you know, they can basically kite a zealot all day unless that zealot has charge. There it is. Both players about even in the realm of losses, but we now have 3 stalkers moving out, and a proxy pylon has been finished. But here we go. NaHo is basically going to try and take care of his opponent here. Yeah. There has been a proxy pylon done for a while, and it looks like the stalkers here are going to regroup with the ones that are in production right now. And oh no, huge misclick by DTD. He is actually losing quite a bit here, but at the same time he's got a Stargate coming out, and he's expoing behind this. So if he can just hold his ground here for a little while, ouch, which this is going to be difficult to say whether or not he can do it. Just what kind of losses is he going to have to suffer, things of that nature. That one Void Ray that comes out could be more than enough to actually destroy NaHo's entire army here. NaHo trying to get up, doing some damage to the Stalkers, but he just can't do that. Ooh, wait, what about... Oh, no. Oh, my God, that was close. I was like, where's the block going down here? And there it is. Force field goes down a little bit late, but the Stalkers still outrange the Stalkers that are... Oh, excuse me, the Stalkers in the main are still outranging the Stalkers that are on the lower ground. Sentry does fall, and so far we got a kind of not so even exchange coming out for NaHo, and now we got Zealots chasing these guys around. We don't have a Void Ray in production. Probes being pulled off the line. Both players floating a lot of money behind this as well. That's actually the strangest part about it. It looks like we are not going to have NaHo microing anymore. He's like, okay, whatever, I'm winning this already because I got, I forced you to pull probes. It's what he was thinking. He did manage to kill 4 in that, and this was sort of an all-in, but it kind of failed, and I think both players are relatively even in the worker count, yes, but NaHo is actually up 6 of them. 7 of them, if you will. Yeah, 7 workers, and I don't know, I guess we're just waiting for DTD to open his eyes and realize, oh wait, I can crank out Void Rays, and they can kill any number of those guys on the ground. I don't know if this is Wings of Liberty. No, it is not. It is Heart of the Swarm, and now it looks like we finally have the main composition of DTD being Raffle Stomped. The supply discrepancy is not that great, but one thing you will have to keep in mind is that the supply discrepancy between both players is made up mostly in probes right now, like about half of them. Finally, we have a Void Ray on the way, and once it gets out, basically that Stalker is dead. Alright, so here we go. Stalkers kiting everything they can, so is the Sentry, but I don't think the Sentry can outrun any number of Zealots. Yes, it does fall. 2 more Zealots out, and now here we go. Everything that is in the main is basically on borrowed time. And now we just have straight up minerals being thrown at... I'm not sure what NaHo is doing behind this. He's floating over 1,000 minerals. He could have taken an expo behind all this as well, and he would be miles ahead of his opponent. That is what I'm talking about when I say, this is basically the difference between Platinum, Diamond, and Masters League players. I'm just thinking to myself, what on earth was he making? And now he's trying to go all in with this attack by putting a forward pylon down. That's not going to work out. That Void Ray's prismatic alignment is almost done. Won't even need it to take down this pylon. But NaHo floating close to 600 minerals, still opting to not take an expo at this point. He's also saving Chrono Boost, of course. You gotta make sure you gotta make sure that you got enough energy to chrono out some carriers. Never know when you might need that. Alright. Now we have 6 Stalkers trying to take on what we got here from DTD, but I'm telling you right now, I think 2 Stalkers with, 2 Void Rays with prismatic alignment is more than enough. Well, maybe not. They don't have prismatic alignment activated yet. And it looks like NaHo making a huge micro slip up. And NaHo throwing away more minerals and gas. An Immortal coming out, I don't know what he's doing because he's actually the most useless thing that you can have versus a Void Ray. And let's see, how's DTD gonna follow this up? I don't know, like trying to starve your opponent on one base is actually not gonna work out as well. I mean, especially in the position that we see NaHo in right now. Alright, so here we go. One probe trying to go out here, and it's not going to get a whole lot of vision in the natural. And it looks like we got more fill-in time because, well, neither player's actually taken their expo just yet. This is actually... I don't know what to say to this. This is looking like a 5-gate all-in from NaHo, and if he continues to go with it, it's just not going to work out. He's got Stalkers in the mix. He's got an Immortal in the mix. What? Has it completely slipped his mind that Immortals do not shoot up? And once a Protoss has a Stargate, it's basically in their best interest to continue producing Void Rays. They're basically, you know, I don't know how to say it. They're almost the indestructible unit now, according to the new PvP meta. It seems very common to actually go Stargate and PvP nowadays. Of course, DTs are an excellent method of counter because 9 times out of 10, once you have a huge Void Ray composition, you typically don't have any detection readily available with your Void Rays. They're meant for the mid-game, the late game. They're not meant for early game harass like, say, Oracles, and Oracles do have an ability that gives them temporary detection. But here we go. It looks like the probe is getting ready to throw down a forward sieging pylon, ready to just non-stop throw reinforcements at this guy. And something I must stress right now is that we have 3 Void Rays here, which actually all get buffs versus armored units as long as prismatic alignment is activated. Right now, if we just check the unit count, it's 14 Stalkers for NaHo, excuse me, 14 Stalkers for DTD, and 11 Stalkers for NaHo. So, I mean, I really don't think this is going to pan out, but here we go. Huge engagement. Alright, so the Void Rays have their prismatic alignment activated, and it looks like they're going to be attacking... Oh no, they're focusing down the Void Ray, or the Immortal. That works out fairly well. And now we just have... I don't get it. Why isn't DTD pushing back just straight up? And it looks like the Void Rays are now being targeted. We got one here that is left with the ability to use prismatic alignment. There it is, the GG from NaHo. That's exactly what I'm talking about, guys. If it looks like your Stalker count is even with your opponent's Stalker count, you actually have Void Rays in the composition, and you have prismatic alignment activated when you're going to attack, you're going to win that engagement. Like, especially if your opponent has 0 Void Rays. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. That would be below the screen. I apologize for the toad frog croaky voice. This has been Breaker. I'll see you guys next time. My alt tab is not working today. Sorry.